Jorge from TeamJVS. Hey Frank, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. First and foremost, let me just say congratulations on this amazing movie.
Thank you.
This definitely, I'm a huge car guy, so this falls right in line with
Yeah.
my house. So, you know, first and foremost, just want to say, obviously taking the role of Ferruccio Lamborghini, it's definitely not an easy one to take. And I know here lately in Hollywood, we've had, Enzo Ferrari being displayed, we've had Henry Ford. How does it feel to now be, kind of part of that triage of, masterful people who just designed amazing cars?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great honor. I'm humbled by, and now, seeing the poster and I'm in Lamborghini, like it's almost a little bit surreal. And it's a great privilege to kind of be an Italian, and have gone back to Italy and to hopefully do my job and portray Ferruccio Lamborghini in a way that people understand him and appreciate him.
Awesome. Yeah, and that actually flows perfectly into my second question, which obviously I know you have Italian descent in you. How was it going kind of back to Italy and, kind of filming there for most of the movie? Did that just have an extra like special place for you there?
Oh, it changed my whole DNA. I come from an immigrant family, both sides. I'm full-blooded Italian. I'm an Italian citizen. So to go back to the country that my family had to leave in order to survive was surreal. I mean, it just made me being there and made me doing the role that much deeper, to kind of just return to who I am, which is I'm Italian. And no better place to be an Italian than in Italy.
Hey, trust me, my wife's Italian, so I completely get it. We went
Yeah.
there right before COVID happened, and I completely fell in love with the place.
It's
So
amazing. I
yeah,
It's not because I'm Italian, but I've been all over the planet, and Italy is by far my favorite place to be.
yeah. No, it's just a beautiful place. Like no matter where you go, it's just amazing.
I agree.
Um, Now I will say, obviously with this role, cars play a huge role in my life. So there are a few scenes where obviously, in the beginning we see you driving the Countach, things like that. How much of that did you actually get to do and experience? Like, were you able to drive some of these, cars that were, on the movie, in general?
The cars, the great thing about the movie too is that all the cars you saw were real. They were authentic. There were no replicas. They were very, very expensive. And
Oh,
they a lot of them weren't registered to drive. They're museum pieces basically. Like that Mura is like a 28 million
yeah.
euro, So we put it on a flatbed and they kind of towed me along and to look like it was driving. And and to be honest with you, I didn't want to drive them because that kind of responsibility frightens me. um, but they were there. They were all the cars were there, and the cars were characters in the movie, just like I was. Um, and I was recently at the Rome Film Festival where we closed the festival with Lamborghini, and they had 8 Lamborghinis pull up on the red carpet, and each of the actors and Bobby Moresco got out of one. And I got to tell you, it's a once in a lifetime experience. It's I've been in the business a long time, and I've not had anything that's even come close to this level of involvement.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I will say, I did get to like kind of check off one of those bucket list items. Over here in, I'm in the Washington DC area. There's a huge Lamborghini, following
Right.
and all that. And I mentioned to a couple buddies if anyone around, had a Lamborghini that I could recreate kind of the movie poster. And luckily I was able to find someone who, out of all the Lamborghinis, had to be, an Aventador SVJ.
Yep.
It looked beautiful, had on the suit, just about the same blue suit that you had. We were able to recreate it. So it was, for me, it was just awesome. Just being around cars like that, it's
Yeah.
something, they kind of have their own emotion with it. And for me, it's one of those things where you kind of see these humble beginnings that, Ferruccio came from, building tractors.
Yeah.
Building air conditionings to where the company is now, basically. And
Yep.
it's just phenomenal. Now, one of the questions that I did want to ask you was, because I believe you're a big car guy as well. Because I remember one of the previous interviews I heard, you have a Bronco with, I believe it's a Coyote motor in it, which is
It's just being delivered. I just built that one, but I have cars. Yeah, I love cars.
so I will say, are you more of a Lamborghini guy, Ferrari guy when it comes to the big Italian monsters? Like where do you lie?
If it was gonna be one of the big Italian monsters, I would say Lamborghini. Yeah, I mean, but I'm maybe an old like I'm friends with Adam Carolla, who's got an amazing car collection,
Yeah.
and Jay Leno, both guys who I've done their shows several times. They both the Mura is the car is these and to this day they still say it's the most beautiful sports car that's ever been made. And when you think about when it was made, it was so ahead of its time
Hmm.
creatively, visually. It was just it was amazing, an amazing accomplishment. But I love them. I love the big cars, but I'm an American muscle guy. I love American muscle.
No, I can imagine. I mean, anyone
Yeah,
who puts a Coyote motor into a
in the
Bronco.
Bronco. Yeah,
Yeah, as soon as I heard that, because I did hear that from the Adam Carolla interview you were doing,
yeah.
I lit up.
I have a Hellcat that I got from Boss Level, and it's a roadster. The roof was taken off, and it's a monster of a car. I like big, fast, American cars.
No, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Now, obviously with playing this role, it's a little bit different roles than, we normally see you in with the action and all that. How did you embody this role, Because obviously I know I guess more or less, was there any added pressure, obviously being Italian, playing, Ferruccio, like did you feel there was any more pressure in it? Was this filming a little bit different than I guess what you're used to? How did that process go?
Yeah, I mean that's a great question. Yeah, it was all very different. It was a bit scary for me. I was stepping into something that was not what I normally do. But I'm an actor, and it's like I didn't set out to be an action guy. It's just the way the things kind of happened. And I knew I could do it. I was a little bit apprehensive about how he wanted me to sound. But then when I got to Italy, I grew up around Italian speaking people. I mean, my family is from Italy. So as soon as I started it with the broken, it came to me so naturally, and I found the way I am now in my normal life, I am suppressing all of my Italianisms. When I got to Italy and I got to be Ferruccio, that's kind of I'm more natural in that sense than I am doing other movies where I got to kind of not be Italian. So it really surprised me, and I had the best time doing it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, Frank, I just want to say, thank you once again. Wish you nothing but more and more success. I'm
Thank
so
you, brother.
excited for the public to see this movie. But thank you once again, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate your questions.
All right, bye-bye.